like to pick up where we left off last week. What you said was very moving and accurate.
Moving. Moving in what way?
I always knew that something never felt right with my mother. I was constantly upset as a child that I didn't have a good relationship with my mother. I was worried that I would do something that she wouldn't approve of. Then she'd get critical and she'd withdraw from all of us. Sometimes she wouldn't speak to us for days. I was always trying to be a good kid, study hard, but deep down I knew I lacked the confidence that other people had. And I'd see that other parents built their kids up. Andrea's mother, for instance, she was always so approving of her, and of me too. I didn't understand why my mother was so critical and controlling. But maybe she didn't know how to do anything differently. Maybe she was just too small of a container. Makes it easier to understand. There's less blame and anger when I think of it that way.
Well, I hope you didn't hear what I said last week as you not having a right to be frustrated or angry. You still didn't get what you needed from your mother.
No. There's no point in getting angry. It's just a sad situation. It's very sad.
Yes, it's very sad. It's sad that you didn't get what you needed from your mother. It's sad that she was a limited vessel and couldn't love you unconditionally. But one thing I'd like to focus on today is because of your mother's limited capacity, you learned that you had to keep yourself small in order to have any relationship with your mother at all.
Yes. Yes. I think that's exactly right. That's why I keep getting frustrated with her over and over again. I keep hoping she will grow like I have grown. It's useless. I give up.
Useless? Give up? I'm not so sure that we give up on our wishes so easily. Sometimes we just transfer our longing onto other relationships. Maybe we can begin to think about how this pattern might play itself out in other relationships in the present day.
What do you mean?
Now, when you were made to feel small. As a little girl, you learned not to make waves or to ask too much, to be a good girl. You said to me that as a child you were very shy. But I'm wondering if part of that shyness was really the fear to speak up because it wasn't safe to do so.
No, I think it was just my basic temperament.
Well, I'm sure temperament has something to do with it. But you know, I haven't experienced you being shy in here.
Really? Do you think so?
Well, have you found that it's been difficult to speak up in here?
No. I guess not, now that you mention it. But I do with other people. I mean, I feel that I play it safe at work, and I let the paralegals get away with not doing all of their work, which gets dumped on me. And then sometimes, in my relationship with my fiance, Stan, sometimes he makes me feel so confused that I can't find the words to explain myself.
You can't find the words to explain yourself, but you're calling this being shy? Can you give me an example of how this happens?
Well, the other day, I asked him if he needed help with paying for our vacation, the one we're taking with his kids, and he said no, he was all set. He would pay for his daughters, that it was my responsibility. Then 2 days later, the American Express bill came, and I could tell he was worrying about money. He didn't say anything. He just got irritable over little things. I started to feel like I couldn't do anything right. He would complain about my car being such a mess, or I left my underwear on the bathroom floor. I didn't say anything. But then I got this opportunity to go into the city and see one of my old roommates from Chicago. And I asked him if he wanted to go with me. And he said no, he couldn't afford it. And then he said, it must be nice for you on an attorney's salary to just be able to pick up and go whenever you feel like it. That made me feel guilty. But I knew I shouldn't feel guilty. I had offered to help pay for our vacation. See, that's where I get confused.
Well, did you point out the discrepancy to him, the mixed message?
No, not right away. These exchanges happen so quickly that I need time to be able to think about it, to make sense of it in my own way. Later, I tried to talk about it. I brought it back up. And he accused me of holding on to things, internalizing, letting things stew, or of just being too sensitive. Then I feel guilty for not being able to speak up in the moment.
But you didn't feel any anger toward his unfairness?
No, just let it pass.
Do you see how this pattern with Stan is a little bit like what you learned to do with your mother?
Yes. I guess I do. I wouldn't have put the two things together, but I do feel a similar shut down feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what I meant earlier when I said that the important thing was to try to figure out how sometimes when the pattern plays itself out, the longing and the wish, that it can play itself out in present-day relationships.